Well, welcome everybody. As you know, I'm Terry Moore, Central Texas Coordinator for Sierra Club Cool Cities. And we've got Dick Kellerman here helping us with the program. He's the Transportation Specialist with Sierra Club. Now, this evening's meeting is wearing several hats, okay? It's a regular monthly meeting of the Austin group of the Sierra Club. It's a transportation forum, as you know, because the topic tonight is transportation solutions, how citizens can act now. But it's also significant that this is an example of a collaborative community outreach effort. It's something I think is excellent to see happening all over the environmental movement. We have already some good examples. TRIA put on the renewable energy roundup every September in Fredericksburg. It's another great example of this kind of collaboration. In the spring, Sierra Club and Environmental Defense Fund and others put together a water conservation seminar all day. And we've got people from all kinds of different organizations here, all to talk about each other's programs so that we can all learn together and help each other do community outreach. And community outreach is a very important aspect of what the work we do. You hear a lot of environmental groups talk about advocacy, speaking to politicians, getting them to make changes, but tonight we're not going to be talking to politicians, we're talking to citizens, and that's you folks trying to get you to make your changes, not the politicians this time. So I'll go into how our format's going to work. Dick's going to be introducing the speakers, and they're just going to have like 10 minutes each because we've got so much to get through tonight. And while they're speaking, we'll be having a person hand out the pamphlet about their particular program. So there's all kinds of different handouts. You'll get a bundle by the time you leave tonight. We also have set up over here some computers. There's 4 different notebook computers, the 4 that are closest to the main room, that are all with internet access, and they all have links preset to the various websites for these programs. And you might have picked up on the way in the main door the big sheet listing all these links. So they're all available to you there to come up and register online for any of the programs you hear about tonight. And we want you to keep coming up and using these 4 computers the whole evening while all the people are talking. Keep moving on up to the computers and browsing through the different links, going through the big list of the preset links, reading about the ones you want to read about, and then go ahead and register online so that this is your way to go ahead and act now. Instead of just sitting and listening tonight passively, you can be active and go ahead and do stuff. Let's see what's next here. Now, we only had time to get 7 panelists to get up and speak, but there's lots of other programs. You know, it wasn't until I got into all of this that I discovered how many different programs there are that are all related to transportation. And we have some of the other people here in the audience that are connected with these programs. Jim Walker's here. He's with Envision Central Texas and the Livable City and Sustainability, Central Texas Sustainability Indicators Project. And that's an excellent example of collaboration across a broad spectrum of organizations and people. Marguerite's here. She's with City of Austin's Plug-in Partners. Marguerite, where are you? There's Marguerite. Great. We have the Central Texas Clean Cities program. I don't know if Stacy made it. That's an excellent program. You'll see a link. By the way, Envision Central Texas has got a link up here if you want to read about that. They have online registration like all these other programs. And Stacy Neef's Clean Cities program is all about vehicle conversions. If you need to convert your gas guzzler into, burning natural gas or something better, go to see the Clean Cities site. There's Clean Air Partners, a nonprofit about getting employers to introduce programs. Mellow Johnny's Bike Shop. We have Eileen here, and we're going to hear from Eileen later on. CapCog, Betty Voigt was going to perhaps come along tonight. CapCog are partnering on some of the programs we're going to talk about tonight. Environmental Defense Fund are involved. The Texas Community Project of the Clean Water Action, Austin Yellow Bike Program, UT Orange Bike Program. You'll hear about more of that from Nathan probably. But there's a raft of programs all related to improving transportation in our community. So we already had a show of hands of people that are not yet Sierra Club members. There is the very first site you'll see in the list is how you can register online to become a member of the Sierra Club. So I all those people that had their hands up before, by all means, go see if you want to become an official member of Sierra Club and come along to all of these monthly meetings. There's another site you'll find there about the Sierra Club Action Network. That's the one you can see on the screen right now. And if you registered on that particular site, you get notices on all the different programs that Sierra Club run. If you're particularly interested in being an activist and making things happen, make things change, then get on that network. And then you'll find a link to the Cool Cities program. And that's the one I'm going to talk about a little bit before I hand over to Dick to introduce the panel. Cool Cities is all about climate protection. So the main sources of the greenhouse gases are smokestacks and tailpipes. And it's the tailpipes part that got me interested in the whole transportation topic and led to this whole event getting put together in connection with Cool Cities. It started back in 2005. The mayor of Seattle first wrote the climate protection plan for his city that was adopted by the U.S. Conference of Mayors. And Mayor Wynn here in Austin was the first Texas mayor to adopt that U.S. Conference of Mayors climate protection plan, climate protection agreement. And now over 350 mayors all over the country, 850, sorry, it's a big number, 850 mayors all over the country have signed the U.S. Mayor's Climate Protection Agreement. We also, in Cool Cities, encourage cities to become members of ICLEI, which is Local Governments for Sustainability, where they get help doing their greenhouse gas inventories and specific plans for making reductions. As we know, Austin's been a cool city for a long time. The city of Hutto has recently become another cool city in our area, and we have teams working on other the smaller cities in our Central Texas area. Lakeway, we have our Lakeway team leader here tonight. We have our Pflugerville team leader here tonight. We've got several teams of citizens that are putting together programs and presentations to go make presentations to their city councils and mayors suggesting that they join ICLEI and that they sign the U.S. Mayor's Climate Protection Agreement. So what can we do here in the city of Austin? I guess a lot of you here are residents of the city of Austin, is that right? Well, here in the city of Austin, there's two particular things I want to ask you to do. One is to go to the Austin Climate Protection Plan website and register online for the climate community that they've set up. It's where people go in there and say, yes, I'm interested in keeping in touch with your team to find out what we can do to improve the climate protection situation for the city of Austin. The other thing is that we can start a Cool County initiative here. Cool Counties is a parallel program to Cool Cities where we approach county officials and ask the county to join ICLEI as well, because ICLEI is for all kinds of local government. Now I've got a thing to pass around. If can someone help pass that around? It has information about Cool Cities. If you're interested in participating, this is your opportunity to take action. And by all means, go ahead and start coming up to the computers now and trying out all these different sites. Go ahead and put your name down, and then there's a little handout there about a meeting in 2 weeks' time. August 19th is our first gathering of people who are going to work on making a presentation to Travis County officials, asking them to join ICLEI and join the Cool Counties initiative. Okay, so I'll hand over to Dick, and Dick can introduce our first speaker, and people can start with the computer registration.
Thanks, Terry. I think